You know I've heard it said there's beauty in distortion by some people who withdrawn to find their own. And they say that there is humor in misfortune. Sometimes I wonder if they'll laugh when I am dead. Why am I fighting to live if I'm just living to fight? And why am I trying to see if there ain't nothing in sight? You know I'm dying to live, so come on, give me a try. Why am I fighting to live if I'm just living to die? Alright, so I'm going to try to teach that song today. I'm doing the Jonny Lang version, which is not the original, by Mr. Winters, but I still like this version, so we're going to do this. It's just chords, so it's not too difficult, but we are going to walk through it together. Okay, here we go. So the verses are this. You start with an E minor, but you're going to bar it. It's actually an E minor 7. The way you're going to do that is leave the low E string open, okay, and then you're going to bar the 7th fret underneath that from the A to the E, high E, bar all of that, okay? Then you're going to put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and then your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string. Well, I've heard it said this, and here's the strumming. So it's not much strumming. It's just, I've heard it said there's beauty. And now we're going to a G. Heard it said there's beauty. Now, you can do this one 2 ways. I like to use the thumb so I can do some hammer-ons. But you can just do a regular G bar chord, which is where you bar all of the 3rd fret. Then you've got your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A, your pinky finger on the 5th fret of the D, and your middle finger on the 4th fret of the G. And then the rest of them are barred. You can do that. Or, if you want to, you can do barring the B and the E with your pointer finger. Your middle finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the G, and your ring finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the D. You're going to take your thumb and you can go all the way up, wrap it around the neck of the guitar until you get to the low E string on the 3rd fret. And this allows you to do some hammer-ons with your pinky, which is going to be on the 5th fret of the G string. So you've got, I've heard it said there's beauty in distortion. Alright, I've heard it said there's the G, beauty in distortion, down to a C. Okay, you just strum it once. Okay, and again, I'm doing the same shape I was doing up here with the G, if you're going to use your thumb. Slide that all the way down to where the thumb is on the 8th fret of the low E, barring the high E and B of the 8th fret, and then you've got your middle finger on the 9th fret of the G, your ring finger on the 10th fret of the D. So that's a C, or you can do your bar chord C. Same thing you got up here with the G, but slide it all the way down to the 8th fret, or up to the 8th fret. And then you're going to go down 1 fret, and you're going to hit a B7. The only thing you have to do, okay, is you're going to keep that same shape that you made with a bar chord C, slide everything down 1 fret to the 7th fret, and just take your pinky off. Alright, you're going to repeat that for the verse. So it's, I heard it said there's beauty in distortion by some people who withdrawn to find their own. Alright, then you're going to start doing that the same way, but then say that there is humor in misfortune. But instead of, so you're doing it 3 times, but instead of going back to do it again, oh, sometimes I wonder if they'll laugh when I am dead. And what that is A minor bar chord, which is where you bar the entire 5th fret. You use your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A, and then your pinky finger on the 7th fret of the D. So I wonder if the life. D9, which is your middle finger on the middle finger on the 5th fret of the A string. Your pointer finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the D string. Then you're gonna, this is kind of cramped here, but then you're gonna take your ring finger on the 5th fret of the G and your pinky on the 5th fret of the B. Wonder if the life when I am dead. Back to the G. So basically, again, you're doing an E minor, set this beauty to the G, C, B7. You're gonna do that 3 times. Second time. Right now. 3rd time. And they say that there is humor in misfortune. And now you're gonna go to your A minor. Sometimes I wonder if the life D9 when I am dead to a G. Alright, and then you got to the chorus, okay? I keep fighting to live if there's no reason to fight. And what that is you start with the C. If you're fighting to live, G. If there's no reason, A minor, to fight. Back to a G. And I'll keep trying to see. Alright, so you got I'll keep trying, so that's your C, to an E minor, to an A minor, D9. Now this is the trickiest part of the entire song, I think, because I don't really know how else to do this except for, and if you do know how to do this chord in the comments, please leave it so we can try to figure this out together, because I don't know how to do this without the thumb. Alright, so to run that back, the chorus is just C, G, A minor, G, C, E minor, A minor, D9. Now, and then it's I'll keep fighting to live. So what that is a G, but again, I'm doing this with the thumb, okay? Because what you need is somehow to grab a G sharp note and keep your underneath. So again, that's barring the 3rd fret of the high E and the B, the middle finger on the 4th fret of the G, and then your ring finger is on the 5th fret of the D. And then your thumb is going to be up there again on the low E string of the 3rd fret. But then you're going to have to, it's kind of a distorted chord there. You need to just hit that G sharp note. Now what you could do this, I think, would sound okay, is to do an open chord. If you're doing open chords along, by the way, you could do this whole song in open chords, right? So you would do G, you got G, your C's, A minors. Instead of a D9, just do a D7. So you could do this whole thing in open chords. The only thing I could maybe recommend if you don't want to do the thumb is just to hit the G sharp note, okay? So it would be, the chorus would be, why am I fighting to live if I'm just living to fight? Why am I trying to see if there ain't nothing in sight? Why am I dying to give? That's how you do it, right? So you just strum and just hit the G sharp note. Don't hit anything else. So you can go, and just let that kind of ring out for a minute. And the next one you're going to is an A minor. So you could do that, right? So it'd be, I'm fighting to live, no one to die. So it's the A minor back to the D9. Why am I, C, fighting to live, G, when I am ready, A minor to G, to die. So that's the whole song. Just repeating it. Alright, so if you've got that, great. Now I want to show it to you. If you want to keep listening, I want to show this to you with just open chords, okay? Without having to play bar chords. So here we go. Without having to play bar chords, it would just sound like this. E minor. You know I've heard it said there's G beauty in distortion. C, B7. Do that again. With some people who withdraw to find their own. Third time. And they say that there is humor in misfortune. Sometimes I wonder if they'll wonder if they'll laugh when I am dead. So G. So you got them all right there, right? E minor, G, C, D7. Do that 3 times, and then it's A minor, D7, G. And then the chorus is just a C, G, A minor, G, C, E minor, A minor, D7, G, hit that G sharp, and then A minor, D7, and then C, G, A minor, G. So it's actually a really cool song, pretty simple, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, this is more the Jonny Lang version, so if you haven't heard it, do give it a listen. It's a very, very good song, and I hope you've enjoyed this.